So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down why handsome and attractive men get hated on by men and women. Yes, even women. I know that's probably surprising. Like, wait, Jordan, like why would women hate on handsome, attractive men? Like those are the men that they really go for. Like those are the men that they want. And yes, that's very true, but you're gonna see that it's not just men that are jealous, it's not just men that are gonna be hating on handsome and attractive men, but it's also women. But the reasons why they hate is gonna be for different reasons, right? Depending on the person and of course the difference between men and women. And if you're not aware of this, it's going to just confuse you. It may even lead to you self-sabotaging yourself and not truly like understanding how people view you as a handsome, attractive man, not just in a positive way, but in a negative way. And this is more so gonna be a video just to help you like understand why this happens. That way you're not confused and you understand like why you're gonna receive the type of hate that you will receive. I feel like you're gonna receive more like love and more perks and benefits as being an attractive man overall. And if you want to be a man that, even if you're considered handsome by women, but maybe you feel like you're under leveraging your looks, maybe you're not attracting enough women to the way that you should, or maybe you feel like you lack the confidence, maybe you lack the mindset, maybe even though you've been told that you're handsome and attractive, you feel like you aren't that dude. Like physically you look like that dude. Women have even told you, but maybe you still lack confidence in yourself, or maybe you're not leveraging your looks the way that you could be. Or even if you're a guy watching this right now, you're like, man, I want to improve my looks. Like I want to become more attractive. I want to stand out to women, attract more women to me. I want to be viewed as that dude that women, when they see me, they're like, damn, like I want him. Like regardless of which man that you are, I have a free training that breaks down step by step how to become that attractive man, how to attract women to you once you become that attractive man, and how to leverage your looks and your overall physical attraction to the best of your ability and use it as a competitive advantage so that you have a thriving and abundant dating life. Again, I'll have that free training link down below in the description and the pinned comment. What I did with this video is that I made 3 points for why men will hate on you and 3 points as to why women will hate on you when you are a handsome and attractive man. So let's go ahead, let's start with why men will hate on you as a handsome and attractive man. So number 1, bro, is that you expose the truth about what women really want. You see, what guys will not want to acknowledge, and I'll see this with YouTube comments, you'll see this with guys in the dating space, they'll talk about this. But basically, dude, if you're not a dude that can leverage his looks, his physicality to attract women, you're gonna get dudes who will be pissed off at you for that. Really for 2 reasons. A lot of that comes down to the expectation that they were conditioned to have as far as like what women respond to. Is it looks that only matter to women? No. And that's never been my argument. My argument has been that looks matter way more than what we were told growing up. Because you see how women treat you when you're attractive, man. You just see the night and day difference between how they treat the men that they are physically attracted to versus the guys that they aren't. I get guys all the time that will comment under my videos and be like, yeah, Jordan, like you're so right about body game and improving your looks and stuff like that. Like when I was out of shape, when I was overweight, girls wouldn't even pay attention to me. But now that I'm in shape, I'm lean, I have lean muscle mass, I look a lot better facially, physically, overall. Women are treating me a lot better. Women are coming to me. Women are attracted to me. Because they respond differently to the men that they're attracted to because of the emotions, the responses, the bodily functions and mental functions and responses and the overall stimulation and what that type of man represents to her. And guys who were told that, and I was told the same shit. I was told it's all about personality. It's all about your game, like mouthpiece and stuff like that. You have to be making a certain amount of money, all of these things. But when I was, especially when I was younger in my later years of high school, where I was still shy and nervous, but I was starting to improve my looks. I was starting to get in the gym, growing my curls out, starting to dial in my fashion and stuff like that. I started to get way more attention and attraction from women, especially like on Instagram. Like a lot of girls were like sliding into my comments. This was before DMs, but it's like 2014, 2015. They were sliding into my comments and leaving me hard eyes and stuff like that. And it was so funny because the same girls that I would see do that online, I would pass them by in the hallways or see them in the cafeteria at school and they wouldn't say anything to me. That's kind of, if you're new here or if you've been watching this channel for a while, I've been saying a lot in my videos that like when it comes to social media and dating apps, women are going to be a lot more bold and showcase more of their attention and attraction for you than in person. But I thought that was funny. But I was nervous, I was shy. I didn't have any money, I didn't have any game in terms of like mouthpiece and stuff like that. And girls were still coming to me, girls were still attracted to me. And I remember like I would piss off a lot of dudes who would be into the women that were feeling me. And a lot of those guys thought that maybe they should be getting the woman because they were smart or they had a good personality, whatever, or they were an athlete, they're a baseball player, so the girl should have automatically been into him, but they were into me. And that pisses off a lot of guys. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge this. I think this is freeing because now you have the truth and you understand how women operate. Again, looks aren't the only thing that they care about, but they care about it more than they lead on. Men get pissed off about this because they see that when you're an attractive dude, you're good looking, you're in shape, you have the physical traits that men know and women know are going to be desirable to other women, which then already creates pre-selection and social proof built into you without you having to say shit. You're basically attracting women and getting the results that the other dudes who can't leverage their physicality like you are not getting, but you are getting those results while doing little to not much of anything, whereas they're trying to do a whole bunch of shit and they're still not getting the results, and that pisses them the fuck off. That pisses them off. But the thing is, I honestly think a lot of guys, the majority of men in the world, they can really max out their genetics and become more physically attractive. Doesn't mean everybody's going to be a Chad or a Tyrone or be looking like a male model or the most attractive male on the planet. You don't have to, but I talk a lot about like maxing out your looks, maxing out your physique, because I notice that most guys aren't maxing these things out and they're not leveraging these as competitive advantages that they could be utilizing when it comes to dating and in life in general, right? You're going to see it's so much easier to deal with women, attract women when you're attractive, when you're in shape. What's the number one thing that guys say after they get out of a breakup and a girl leaves him? I'm gonna get real jacked. I'm gonna get in the gym. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna build muscle. Why? Why are you doing that? If the looks didn't matter, if the body didn't matter, why is the first thing that guys say when they get broken up with that they're gonna go to the gym? Not that that's wrong, but why are they saying that out of anything else? Because they know that's what women are hardwired to seek out, that they respond to that. And that pisses guys off when they see that the expectation that they were led to believe based on societal conditioning and upbringing was damn near a lie, in the sense where like, oh, it's all about personality, it's only about your heart. Yes, all those things matter, but if she's not attracted to you, those things don't really matter like that. Or you have to do a whole bunch of work up front to get her, when the guy that she was attracted to didn't have to do nearly as much work to get her, and she's giving more of her best to that man. I'm just keeping it a stack. I'm not saying this is the situation every single time, but this often is. And when guys see that handsome, attractive men are able to attract women to them damn near effortlessly and not have to put in much work, it pisses them off. Like, I've seen guys give me like the cold stare at like bars and stuff like that, because they'll see that women that they were gawking at, because I like to people watch and shit, so I'm always analyzing people and assessing my environment. That's how my dad raised me. But I'll see guys looking at me and like, you can tell that they're pissed. You can tell that they're jealous. They're just mad because you can get women off your looks and you don't have to do much. You don't have to sell yourself much. You don't have to spit all this riz or mouthpiece and shit to them, which that's just your mouthpiece, and riz is just the ability to have a conversation. That's it. And a large part of mouthpiece and verbal game and conversation, all that stuff, the woman has to like, does she want you to even talk to her? Does she want to hear the words? Because guys, and you'll hear women say this stuff too, like they care about words and conversation. They do. That stuff does matter. I've never said that stuff doesn't matter. It's just people don't like to tell the full truth. People don't like to give context. Does she want to hear those words coming out your mouth though? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that stuff matters, bro, but she wants that. Most women want that attractive dude that can also have a conversation. Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna find with certain women, and typically the more high attraction and interest they have in you, bro, if a girl's really into you, man, you could be stuttering. You can come off not as vocally confident. With some women, I'm not saying all, but like if you can at least have a basic conversation, bro, with some women, that's enough. You can almost be a bumbling idiot. Because there was a time in my life where I wouldn't say I was a bumbling idiot, but I was very shy and nervous. Not because I was a shy and nervous person, but because I had a crippling video game addiction, porn addiction, and cheap dopamine. Really, like the one thing about the older generation that I agree with 100% on is that the younger generation, like my generation, I'm 28, Gen Z, I believe, like my generation then lower, our social skills overall as a whole is just messed up because of this right here. And I'm telling you guys, I've said this many times, but like, bro, go on a dopamine detox. Try to lower your screen time as much as you can from your phone, from your laptop, video games. Get rid of the dirty websites. Get rid of, like, try to like even lower your video game usage. I'm all about video games. I don't have my own systems anymore, but I love video games. Like I said, I had a video game addiction when I was younger, you're gonna see your social skills will skyrocket. Like, you wanna be not only that attractive dude that a woman's into physically, but you can have a stimulating, intelligent, exciting conversation, man. Like, you're gonna be a killer. Like, I look at a dude that is good looking, in shape, but also can have a conversation. That's like knowing Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, or knowing striking and grappling. That's my opinion. But moving on to the second reason, I know if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I can talk a lot. But second reason why men are gonna hate on you, and I kind of alluded to this, but you don't have to try as hard. You don't have to try as hard, because the biggest thing is that when guys see that a woman that maybe they're trying to get at the bar or the club or the lounge, they're trying to get at that woman, and that woman is like, nah, like not really giving them much attention or anything like that. But then that dude that sees that same woman that he was trying to get at, it was trying to get at you, and you weren't really doing much. You weren't even trying to get at her. She's trying to get at you. Bro, do you not understand how that messes up with a lot of dudes' heads? You're gonna have women that a dude was trying to get at, getting at you, and you don't have to try as hard because of your looks and your physicality, because you don't have to try as hard. Bro, here's the thing. I had a group call with my Inbound Attraction Blueprint clients last Thursday. We do calls every Thursday, group calls. They can hop on Zoom with me and talk and ask me questions, and we can talk about anything. I told guys on there that as a handsome, attractive man, this is another reason why you should try to max out your looks and become better looking, more in shape, more attractive, because you're gonna have women that will feel comfortable telling you unfiltered truths that most men won't ever find out or hear. But when you're that dude that they can tell the truth to, and they don't believe that it's lowering their value in your eyes, but it's also like making you look good, they're gonna tell you these harsh truths, these unfiltered truths. What do I mean by this? Like, I've had women tell me like, yeah, I typically have gone for like guys that look like you, attractive in shape. Things don't ever really go anywhere with those guys. So I've had times in my life where I try to go for a different looking guy, like more so the nice guy, and go on coffee dates with him. But I already knew when I went on the coffee date with him, I wasn't really attracted to him. And then after the coffee date, after he asked me, how do you think about the date? I told him that there just wasn't any chemistry there. I wasn't attracted to him, all these things. Women tell me these things because I'm that dude that they can tell these truths to, and I wouldn't get offended because I'm the guy that is getting the benefits. And I'm not saying that to sound like an asshole. I'm not saying that to be a jerk. I'm saying that because most men aren't exposed to these truths. I at least want to make sure that you're aware of these things. Not because I'm trying to make women out to be painted in a negative light. Like, I know there's guys that have red pill rage and stuff like that. I get it. You have to get to a point, man, where you have to grow up and just understand that life, this is just what it is, man. Because if you're still upset and bitter, angry, I get it, but that's only hurting you. The things I just told you, they're not going to stop thinking that. The female nature and stuff like that, you're not going to stop. Just because you're upset, they don't give a fuck. You being upset is only hurting you. You being bitter is only hurting you. You trying to go against the waves instead of going with the waves and leveraging the waves to your favor, meaning take this information and leverage it to win. You can't win if you're looking for ways to lose. I say that a lot. Guys want to win with women and win in life, but you're always looking for ways to lose. You're always looking for the negative scenario. You're always looking for the thing to get mad at a woman for, or be like, see, like I told you women are like this, or see, this is the reason why I'm not being successful with women. Like, guys do that. How the hell are you going to win if you're looking for ways to lose? Even if you're losing, look for ways to win, bro. You're already halfway there if you're trying to look for ways to win. But anyways, I know I'm kind of going off topic, but yeah, man, like dudes are going to be upset at you because they're going to see that you're not trying as hard. You're that dude that women are giving choosing signals to. He's trying to cold approach her. He's trying to get at her, trying to do all this mouthpiece shit, but she's steady looking at you. She's steady looking at you. I remember that's actually one of the ways I met one of my earlier girlfriends. Her and I met through a mutual female friend of mine. This was when I was in high school. And the guys that I was rolling with, they were close friends at the time. I'll actually say this. I was probably the shortest guy out of my friend group because most of the guys that I was friends with, they were basketball players. So they were taller. So for the guys who are all about height and 6 foot height, I'm only 5'10". I remember my friends at first were trying to I could tell they were trying to get at the girl that ended up being my girlfriend. And granted, I get it, we were just all meeting her for the first time. So she wasn't dating anybody. But I could tell they were attracted to her and you know what I mean, was trying to get at her. She was like, nope, I want him, talking about me. She didn't outright say that, but I remember after her and I met through my mutual friend, our mutual friend at the time, all of a sudden, bro, before 5 minutes after she left, already follow me on Instagram, already follow me on Twitter. Our female friend was like, yeah, so-and-so's feeling you. I didn't try that hard. I barely said anything to her. This was around the time where I was shy and I was nervous and shit. You know what she thought? She was like, oh, I thought you didn't like me because you weren't saying much to me. This was one of my first girlfriends. I wasn't doing much, bro, but she already knew she wanted me. instantly. See, guys don't like the fact that there's guys that are already having women pre-sold on them without having to give them a sales pitch. Dudes hate that. It is what it is, man. I mean, you can get upset about it, but you being upset ain't gonna change it. And I'm more so talking for guys who like are just stumbling across this video randomly or whatever. Guys are gonna hate on you when they see that women are approaching you, when women are giving you shooting signals, or the woman that they were trying to get at on Instagram, come to find out it's a girl that is getting at you, sliding into your DMs. That's why they're gonna hate on you, because you're not trying as hard, because that was a lie in the expectation that was told to us and conditioned to us. Like, you gotta have the personality, you gotta have the career, you gotta have a good heart, women love when a man chases them, all this stuff, right? Stuff that most of the time leads men into the metaphoric slaughterhouse of not getting results with women. Again, not that those things matter, but those things are evaluated and taken into consideration under different contexts and circumstances. Really, women want the whole complete package, the ideal man. Typically, women, they have the dual mating strategy. Typically, women they'll deal with the attractive man who's hot to her, sexy to her, more so represents short-term encounters, but she can't lock him down. He doesn't have long-term potential. Then has to go to the nice guy who doesn't evoke those feelings of genuine desire and sexual attraction, physical attraction, and that just overall the feelings of stimulation physically, mentally, emotionally, as the dude that she was dealing with in the past that she found hot, attractive, blah, blah, blah. But this guy represents long-term potential, but she's not really feeling him. She's not into him. He's not her first choice. They typically have to pick one or the other. You want to be both. Ideally, you want to be both. You want to be the dude that she's physically and sexually attracted to, that she finds hot, that she wants to rip your clothes off, but you also represent long-term potential, not just financially, but emotional security. You know, she could see a life with you potentially. I mean, shit, that's the best dude to be, right? That's the man that they really want to be with. They want the complete package. And getting back on topic, as far as like, you don't have to try as hard. What really pisses guys off, especially when you're that quiet, introverted man, but women find you handsome and attractive, because your quietness, your introvertedness only amplifies the uncomfortable truth for a lot of men, is that women go for the men that they are physically attracted to, and these men typically do not have to sell themselves on the woman, especially when you're that handsome man to a woman. You're physically in shape and you're quiet and not saying shit, because then you can't say it's Riz, or you can't say it was his mouthpiece or his game. I've had women that wanted to be intimate with me, like in our social group, and I didn't really say much to them. We weren't really even friends like that, and I didn't say much to them. And I'm not saying that to flex. I have to give you these stories and examples. There's women have wanted to be intimate with me and do things with me, and I didn't really say much to them. That's why I go against the whole like mouthpiece thing, as far as that being like the most important thing, or like that being like the first filter of attraction. It's not. Yeah, women want you to be able to have a good conversation with them, but a lot of that is vibe and chemistry too. I'm not saying don't learn how to be a smooth talking dude. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. See, you'll have guys that say that looks don't matter, but notice how I'm saying that's not the first filter. But you'll have dudes that say that looks don't matter and stuff, which is absolutely insane, batshit crazy, because there's so much proof and results out there and evidence to prove otherwise. But I'm just saying, like, if she's physically attracted to you and sexually attracted to you, you are her type, women are going to look for so many ways to qualify you and say yes to you, even if you're not the smoothest talking dude. That's all I'm saying. Moving on to the third reason why men will hate on you is that, bro, they're just simply jealous and threatened by you. That's all it is. Because you got to understand, they're not hating on the dude that is a nerd, that is unattractive, out of shape, that's getting no women, is invisible, aren't they? They're hating on the dude that's getting the women. They're hating on the dude that's getting the women without having to do much of anything. See, guys have an issue with this when they're not the dude that can leverage their physicality to attract women to them. Everybody else would agree, that has a brain, that in every other facet of life, it makes sense to where you can engineer things in a way where you can get more by doing less. If I ask you, it's like, hey bro, you get a paycheck for 80 hours of work that you do at your job, right? Let's say you work 40 hours a week, and I'm like, okay bro, let's say instead of getting paid for doing 80 hours of work, what if I told you like, hey bro, I'm still gonna pay you a paycheck for 80 hours of work, but I'm only actually gonna require you to work 40. Or no, actually, you know what? I'm still gonna pay you for 80 hours of work, but I'm only gonna have you actually work 20 or 10 or 5. Is that cool? Can I pay you for 80 hours of work, but you've only worked like, let's say 5 hours? You would take that deal, wouldn't you? Everybody would. What's the difference when it comes to attracting women if you're an attractive dude and you can leverage your physicality to attract women? The only issue is that you're not that dude that can do it. That's when it becomes a problem. Just remember that the reason why they're hating on you is because you're getting the results that they want. If men are hating on you, it's because they really want your results. They want to be you. They want to be like you. They want to get the attention, the results that you get. They want to have your leverage. They want to have the ability to attract women to them without having to do much. That's why they're bitching. That's why they're complaining. Guys that hate on you, especially when it comes to attracting women, if they were really that dude, if they were really secure like that, if they really had it going on like that, wouldn't they be too busy getting women in their own way and not worrying about you getting women because you can leverage your physicality to attract them? Why the hell should they care if they're getting women like that? Genuinely, why? Oh, because they're threatened by you. So understand, man, it's a good thing because at least you're recognized, at least you're visible versus being invisible and no one talking about you. So those are the three reasons why men will hate on you. So now let's talk about the three reasons why women will hate on you. Number one is that women will feel that they're not good enough for you, even though they may actually want you, or even though they may find you physically attractive. I'll give you an example. I remember I was out at a bar and this girl, she was single, but she was with, I'm guessing her female friend, but her female friend had a dude that she was with. This dude was kind of out of shape though. And I remember like this girl like was talking to me and stuff like that. She was a little tipsy, so I was kind of like annoyed by her. I'm not gonna front, but she kept trying to talk to me and get at me and stuff. But I saw her friend was like making faces at me and rolling her eyes and stuff like that, hating on your boy. And it was really because I wasn't doing much. I wasn't talking much. I wasn't saying much. And women are gonna think that when you're a good looking dude, and I don't know if the friend wanted me or is feeling me. I know I look flyer than her dude. Now, whether or not she felt that way, different, but I knew I looked flyer than him. But anyway, she was like making eyes and faces at me for whatever reason, I don't know. But I didn't even have a conversation with her and she was already hating. She was already hating even though her friend was trying to get at me. You're gonna see that women will hate on you because they're insecure and you bring out their insecurities. And they'll use their hate as a defense mechanism. They'll talk shit, oh, he must be a jerk. He must think he's better than everybody. He must be into himself. They'll throw out some derogatory terms maybe, some disrespectful shit. A lot of times those women want you, or they're jealous that you're not giving them attention and that you're giving their friends attention, or that you're better looking than their man, which we'll talk about that here soon. You're better looking than their man and they wish they had a man like you, which is kind of amplifies the fact that they had to settle for whatever reason, or that they couldn't lock down a man that looks like you, which will just piss them off even more. So they'll then target that hate and anger towards you. You're going to have the physical attributes and traits that will represent typically a man that operates in abundance, because that's the thing that guys have to understand. When you're called a player, a jerk, an asshole by women, it's because you have physical traits that are desirable, that most of the men that have your physical traits, they then get categorized as these different archetypes: the player, the jerk, the asshole, the cheater, because quite frankly, he was able to exercise his power and date in abundance. That's why he was cheating. That's why he was being a player. That's why he was being a jerk, because he had the options to be that. I'm not saying you should be like that. I'm not encouraging that. I don't think you should do any of those things. Why? You don't have to. You don't have to get women, but that's what they're saying. Your traits really mean abundance. That's why they say the player stuff. That's why they say the jerk stuff. That's why they assume that you have a bunch of women chasing you, because you have desirable traits that are desirable by other women. So they already assume and know that you have at least the ability, or they perceive you to have the physical traits to attract other women, to attract other options of women to you. That's why they say those things. They're not saying that about the out of shape dude with the dad bod, or the skinny dude that has no meat on his bones, the guy that looks like he hasn't taken a shower in 2 weeks. They're not saying that about them. They're saying those things about you. Just know when a woman says shit like that, like you look like an asshole, player, jerk, I thought you're gonna be this, that, and the third, that just means like, oh, okay, you just think I'm attractive, and you just know that I can attract other options that would typically warrant me to act that way, to act in the way that you're describing, because you've either dealt with men like that, or you've seen the men depicted in the movies and TV shows, the typical jock that gets all these other women and he's an asshole to everybody. Is that basically what you're saying? So keep that in mind, is that you're gonna have women that will do that. And a lot of times these women won't feel like they're good enough for you, because they're so used to having to reject other guys that aren't attractive like that. But then when it comes to the man that they are attracted to, they may not feel pretty enough. They may feel like because that guy has desirable traits that she knows that other women are also gonna find attractive, which means that she thinks that you have other women checking for you, chasing you, pursuing you, which then increases the chances that maybe you have dealt with a woman that is more beautiful and attractive than her. She's gonna then feel like she's not pretty enough for you, especially if you're not giving her that type of attention that she would want, that validation for you to show her like, oh, I'm actually interested in you, I'm actually attracted to you. If you're not showcasing that to a woman, she's gonna feel like she's not good enough for you. Typically, this is gonna come from insecure, bitter women that will hate on you, but there's also women that are feeling you, that do want you, but they also feel like they're not good enough for you, but they're not going to hate on you though for it. It just depends on the woman. Typically women that have poor self-images, poor self-esteem, these are the women that are going to hate on you. So just understand that, bro. Just understand that moving forward when it comes to certain women. Moving on to number 2 is that you represent their past frustrations, right? So like women have dated attractive men who wouldn't commit to them, cheat on them, broke their heart, really because they had too many options, or they were able to attract other women to them, or they didn't want to settle down because quite frankly, they didn't feel like they needed to. And you are going to represent a lot of the pain. You're going to represent a lot of the pain. You're going to represent a lot of the frustrations, emotional roller coasters and turmoil that those men put her through. You're going to even see, bro, that some women, depending on the type of experiences that women have had with men that look like you, and if they've dealt with negative, toxic experiences with those type of men, again, depending on the woman, a lot of this is going to depend on her. The insecure women that have low self-esteem and low confidence and poor self-images of themselves, they're going to try to get back at their ex-boyfriend through you if you guys look similar. But you're not going to really know that until you kind of ask her like about like her past relationships, what are the type of men that she's into. Oh, the last guy that you were with, he was light skinned, he looked like this, oh, he did this, he did that, blah, 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 blah. And then throughout conversation, just questions that you ask her just in general, and just information that she gives you, just tidbits you see over time. Okay, this girl's insecure. Okay, this girl grew up thinking that like she wasn't skinny enough, or she's not pretty enough, or whatever. You start to collect puzzle pieces and put them together, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. You're gonna have women that will try to get back at their ex-boyfriend through you because you are the physical reminder of the pain that that dude put her through, which obviously isn't cool for you, and that's nothing to do with you because you had no part in that, right? So why should she be taking out her anger and bullshit on you? And part of that's because they're still stuck on that ex, so they don't want to completely burn that bridge, but they still want to get their get back at him at the same time, while still having a little bit of that bridge connected in case something ever transpires again. It's crazy. It's crazy. But this is a lot of times going to be with the women that have insecurity, poor self-images, which is just the way that you view yourself in your mind, and low self-esteem. So that's why you're gonna see that women will project hate on you. So just understand that with certain women, you're gonna represent their past frustrations and pains that they've experienced from men that look like you. Not every single time. There's gonna be a lot of women out there that even if they've gone through some BS with guys that look similar to you, like same archetype, phenotype, like I'm mixed, I'm black and white. So even if a woman has gone through some negative experiences with a mixed dude, she could still very well give me the benefit of the doubt. So not all women are gonna be like this, but there are gonna be women that do act like this. And then the third reason why you're going to see that women will hate on you is that they are miserable with their own men. So some women hate on you because deep down they wish that they had you instead of their man. Oh yeah, bro. And where I've personally experienced this, I've seen this is through women that have the friends, the big friend group, and their female friends will typically hate on me, or even if they haven't hated on me direct, like in front of me, like to my face directly, they'll plant seeds and say little things to the girl I'm seeing, because really what's going on is that they wish that I was the dude that they had. And when they see that their man isn't as fly or as dope, as in shape as me, and then on top of the fact that he's simping and I'm not, let me give you an example. This is just some high level game right here, is that you got to be careful with women that have a lot of friends. More specifically, you got to be very careful with a woman that has a lot of friends, but she doesn't have the ability to form her own decisions. She attaches too much of her identity to her friend group and what her friends think. And that's typically going to be in a woman that has low self-esteem, poor self-image, low confidence, cares too much about what other people think, because those women are going to allow their friends to infiltrate their mind and plant seeds of doubt and manipulate them. And I've been in scenarios where the female friends of the woman that I was talking to, I could tell that they planted seeds in their mind about me because I wasn't doing simp like shit that the female friends as boyfriends were doing, even though they know they don't like that simp shit. That's why they disrespect those dudes, either to their face or behind their back, typically both. Because I wasn't doing those things, they were trying to make it seem like that was a bad thing. Like, oh, Jordan's not simping like how my boyfriend is, or like how her boyfriend is, so he must be doing something wrong. You should probably distance yourself away from him, right? Or they may just say off the wall shit. They just may say whatever they can to sabotage the relationship. But really, a lot of times they're doing that because they're jealous. Certain women can't stand to see their friends thrive. They can't stand to see their female friend have a dude that is physically attractive, especially if that female friend doesn't have a dude that she finds physically attractive. Because here's the thing, women, whether they admit to it or not, not, they do silently compete with each other. They do silently compete with each other in terms of trying to get social status in their group. That's why women will, if they're dealing with an attractive dude that maybe they met in person, online, or whatever, they're going to be bragging about that dude. If he's a handsome, attractive guy, they're going to be bragging about that dude to their friend group. How do I know? I've caught women literally, if they're about it, like either if they have their phone out or like we're sitting down, laying down, they're going through a text thread with their friend group or like a family member, I would see my picture pop up. And I would ask them like, oh, is that me? Oh yeah, like I was just showing my friends who you were and stuff and just showing you off. They kept saying how attractive and hot you were, stuff like that. See, you think it's just dudes that like to just show off attractive women as trophies. When you become that attractive guy, bro, to a woman, you're in shape, well groomed, you're well put together, maybe you have a handsome face, you have everything clicking for you, women are going to be showcasing your photos in the friend group. Don't think that they haven't. Don't think that they don't do that stuff. Most guys don't know this because most guys aren't this dude to have the experiences that I'm telling you, but they do. So understand there's a competition within them. There is a desire to be the top girl in the friend group, to have that status. And then when a woman feels like her status is threatened by another woman, depending on how that woman is that's feeling threatened, she's going to try to sabotage the woman that maybe her status in the group is going up because she's dating this good looking guy that all the other girls are finding attractive, but the female friend that has an unattractive guy, or he's a simp, or he's just a dude that doesn't stand out, they weren't giving that same attention to that dude or saying the same things about that dude, which then doesn't increase her social status in that friend group. There's going to be a good amount of women that care about this. There's going to be a good amount of women that don't, but you got to be ready just in case you come across a girl that has friends like that. But that's also why you got to be careful with dealing with a woman that has a lot of female friends, because she's opening herself up to being more susceptible to the shit that they plant into her mind. And if the woman that you're dealing with isn't able to take in what her friends say but make her own decisions, and not just do everything that they said, but make her own decisions based on her own personal experience with you and the context that she has with you, not the little context that her female friends think that they have about you, maybe based on things that the girl that you're seeing is telling them, which that's another issue, that the girl you're seeing shouldn't be really revealing much of your guys' information. But you see what I'm saying? Like, girls that aren't in a relationship with you, don't have the full context with you like how the girl you're seeing does, they're gonna be coming up with all this bullshit and plant seeds of doubt in the girl that you're talking to. They're gonna plant seeds of doubt in her mind. And the thing is, a lot of women have even told me that female friends of theirs try to get at their boyfriends. And here's the thing, you're gonna have women that will either be direct about this, as far as like, when I say direct, mean like you're gonna have women that may try to sabotage a situation with you and a girl so they can get at you. Or here's the thing, there's also women that wait in the friend zone too. Like, you know how guys be waiting in the friend zone and will be waiting for the girl to have a down moment, or like her and her boyfriend are fighting and she talks about it and they, you know what I mean? And he tries to manipulate her to like leave the dude or think the dude ain't shit and break up with him so then he can slide in. You know how dudes do that simp ass shit? A lot of women do that too though. I know like women that was a part of like my social group and they were friends with my ex, and once me and my ex ended, a lot of them were trying to get at me after that. So you're gonna have some women that will wait it out, wait in the cut until you and this girl stop talking, and then they're gonna try to pounce and come at you. Or you're gonna have some women who are gonna be on some Emperor Palpatine shit and be trying to manipulate that behind closed doors, or, you know, in the shadows, and you don't even know. But women will typically do this a lot of times because they're jealous, because they wish they had a dude like you, or they wish they had you. I experienced this actually. I remember before I met my ex-girlfriend, months before her, I remember, and I didn't know this girl was a friend of my ex, but there was this girl that was pretty much trying to get at me. And I remember she was like pretty much insinuating that she would give me a free haircut if I allowed her to do intimate acts on me. Just keep it like that. But I wasn't feeling her. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. I wasn't feeling her. Well, then come to find out months later, once I met my then girlfriend at that time, once I met her, come to find out that same girl that was trying to do intimate favors on me for a free haircut or whatever, they were best friends. And then the fact that I rejected that girl and I wasn't feeling her, and obviously I was dating my girlfriend at the time, well, that friend who was trying to get at me and offer me a free haircut, she was steady hating on me. She was trying to sabotage shit with me and my girlfriend at the time because she was hateful. She was jealous because she saw that my girlfriend and I were together. I was feeling my girlfriend at the time and not her. So she tried to sabotage that. She tried to make up lies about me, hate on me. And then eventually they stopped being friends because she was causing so much drama. It got bad because like the friend was like getting my ex-girlfriend's mom involved. Like, it was stupid, bro. It was stupid. This is some of the stuff that girls do. Not every woman will do this. Not all women will do this, but like this happens, man. A lot of it is because they're jealous. If they're with a man that they're not really attracted to, that they're not really into, that they don't don't respect because they really want a man like you, or they want you specifically, and they don't have you obviously, and their female friend does, they're gonna hate on you. But listen, at the end of the day, it's still better to be a good looking man, to be in shape, to be attractive. You're still gonna have a lot more benefits. You're still gonna be able to get a lot more favorable results with women, dating, life in general, right? It's still better to be attractive, in shape, well put together, because of the opportunities that you will attract overall, money-making opportunities, networking opportunities, business opportunities, right? But of course, like, you're gonna have a lot of leverage in dating. It's gonna be a lot easier to attract women and attract attractive women as well, because attractive women want attractive men. So if you need extra help when it comes to maximizing looks, becoming attractive, experiencing the great sides of what it's like to be an attractive, handsome, desirable man and dating and attract more beautiful women to you, or even if you're an attractive guy, you've been told that by many women, but you feel like you're not as confident as you should be, you feel like you're not leveraging your overall physical traits and your strengths and your gifts to the best of your ability, either way, I create a free training breaking down step by step how you can become that attractive man, how to attract women to you, and how to leverage your looks so that you dominate when it comes to dating and use it as a competitive advantage. That way you can date with abundance and power. If you want extra help when it comes to that, then again, I would highly suggest that you check out my free training breaking down step by step how I've been able to help a lot of men achieve this. I'll have a link down below in the description and the pinned comment. With that being said, if you got a lot of value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. With that being said, I'll talk to you in the next video.